Hi guys, it is the Southern Belle from Hell here, and thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. If you have been out of the loop here lately, we got a new update in The Sims 4 where you can build your own playground. So before we get too much into that, we have a sponsor, Instant Gaming. Guys, if you have not used Instant Gaming or even just gave them a look around on their website, they have the best deals I've ever seen. And it's not just The Sims. Even though you can get up to 70% off on The Sims, you can get any game you fancy for a fraction of the price. All you have to do is use my link in the description down below and get to gaming. It is so simple and it is very much legit. So again, thank you so much to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video today. Getting back into the video, I decided to make a little playground. I didn't want anything too big. I wanted to kind of just mess around with the new features. It is kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. I can't wait to see what the new pack Adventure Awaits has for us to play with, because right now we just have typical playground equipment. Not much is very different. Now I believe in build mode you can have more versatility when creating your own playground equipment with the new pack. However, I just created a playground using what we got. I tried to get a little bit creative, but I decided to make kind of like a summer-esque park in Newcrest. And I put a little bathroom down, and I decided to just put down a little space for them to climb, and also a space for them to have a little bit of water fun. They can play chess, swing, monkey bars, all of that stuff. However, in the gallery, I decided to not save it as a playground type, and the reason why is you have to have 6 different pieces of playground equipment, and this lot is just not big enough for 6 pieces of playground equipment, and a lot of the playground equipment that we have is big, so it would definitely need a much bigger lot. But I wanted to just kind of like practice and have something small, and I just thought it was, different. I've never built a playground before, and this was just kind of like a fun little thing. So the lot type that I did save it under is a park. So if you are interested in downloading this in the gallery, my EA ID is listed down below. And of course, no custom content is used. But I did use a little bit of a variety of packs, not a whole bunch, but I did use a lot of plants and just little decor pieces from Island Living. And I noticed we got quite a little update, a little, I guess, pack refresh with Island Living. And I really hope that we get more of this type of refresh in with different packs as well as the base game, because a lot of this stuff is just kind of lacking, and especially as new packs are coming out, I feel like they're giving us less and less of what we paid for. So it was nice to see that little extra addition for Island Living. I think we got a bassinet, and I believe we got a couple of other objects if I'm not mistaken, but it was really nice to see that. I was very surprised to see that they added something else to a pack and not just base game, even though of course base game, all my love, but I feel like maybe this could be a push in the direction of refreshing packs. They need to fix so much. They need to fix For Rent, they need to fix high school years, wedding stories. There's a lot that needs to be fixed, and I really hope this little rumor that they're going to take a break from putting out packs is a break where they look at the things that need to be fixed and actually focus on it. But anywho, back to what I'm building. I decided to make kind of this little area where kids can climb and, kind of be a little bit elevated. I decided to put a couple of toys up on this elevated area. Now, this is nothing like what we have seen in the Adventure Awaits trailers, where you see like a whole bunch of cool, you know, playground equipment like jungle gyms and stuff, because there's really not a way yet for us to make our own jungle gyms. I mean, there is, but it's not going to be extremely functional. So I wanted to just create a little something to kind of stand out in the middle of this playground that is completely functional. I play tested it with my Sims, and I even made kind of like a little tour slideshow at the end of this video so you can see all of these things that I'm putting in this playground in action. So right now I'm just trying to kind of give like this rugged, beachy outdoors design, and kind of have, you know, the pale kind of whitewashed wood a little bit. I love the round rooms aesthetically. However, things like posts or columns, they do not do very well with round rooms. So you see me here kind of like messing with it with the tool mod to make it actually look like it should fit in with this circular piece, because I wasn't going to change it. Like, I loved the circular look that I was achieving here. So I just kind of mess around with the tool mod and make these posts actually look like this is where they're supposed to be. I really hope that there is an update sometime soon where we can put posts in a way that makes sense around a circular room or platform, because right now it just doesn't make sense the way it wants to lay out. Like, it wants to lay out outside the fence. So I'm really hoping that the Sims do take a little break, and in this break, you know, kind of look at the constructive feedback. You know, there's a lot out there. And yeah, I would really love if this game would be slightly improved. If you guys have any thoughts, please comment down below. I absolutely love reading you guys' comments. And yeah, let's change Sims for the better. I'm all for it. So what I'm doing here is I am laying down the floor for this, you know, kind of little jungle gym. And I'm starting to put down like some water toys. And I was thinking it would just look really fitting, not like a water park, which would be so much fun to build, but, you know, just like a little bit of a refresher in the summertime heat. Now with these monkey bars, I really can't wait to have playground equipment where you can put monkey bars into a jungle gym. I've seen that on the trailers and it looks like so much fun. So I'm kind of replicating that and how this jungle gym kind of leads into the swing sets. And I'm just smoothing out the edges of the terrain, kind of trying to make it blend more together. So I decided to put down a couple of toys that we have and kind of make it look like it fits into this jungle gym. So I decided to put this kind of outdoor playhouse that looks like a big tree down, and I put this cardboard box that I know is going to get broken, but the aesthetic to me kind of fit in with what I was going for. And now that I have the major pieces of playground equipment down, I am just decorating. I really want to stick with this kind of tropical theme for this playground. It just kind of looked fun, and it looked like something interesting that not just little kids can go to, but you also, you know, can just take the whole family here and you can relax and enjoy the beautiful scenery. So I used a lot of plants from Island Living mainly, and a couple of things from the Jungle Adventures pack, because it just looked really fitting with the aesthetic I was going with. Now when it comes to other little games that I put down, I mainly just put down a chessboard. So, you know, adults, or of course even kids, but you know, something that isn't just kid-centered here at this park. And of course you have to have a chess table in the park. It won't let you save if you do not put down a chess table. Even though I must say, at least here in South Mississippi, there's not a lot of parks I go to that has chess tables. When I lived in New Orleans, they definitely had chess tables. They had chess tournaments and everything, but there's not that many parks where I live now that I can say, oh, there's a chess table there. So I'm just thinking the Sims team loves them some chess. I decided to use this sign, and I believe it came with, I believe it was outdoor. It was one of our outdoor kits, not kits, but you know, like a game pack that we got where we got Granite Falls. I can't exactly remember what it's called because we have gotten so many kits and packs that have the word outdoor in it. So someone comment down below. I don't know what it's called, Outdoor Adventures or My First Outdoor Outing. You never know. It's something with that ring. But I decided to use some decor pieces from, I believe it's called like Patio Living. The names to me just get so repetitive, but it is just like backyard patio decor, and it's really colorful and it spins and it also lights up. So I thought that would be nice for like later in the evening and things like that. And to add just a little bit more light to this lot when it gets darker, I decided to put these posts down that we also got with that pack that we got Granite Falls from. Outdoor something. You guys know what it is. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. But now we're getting into decorating the bathroom, and I wanted to make it look really kid friendly, like kind of cutesy. And I made the boys and girls bathroom a little bit color coded, and I thought it was just like fun to use different wall pieces that I don't hardly use because they're so big and they're very much centered on kids, on the kids in this game. So I decided to kind of get a little bit loud with the color scheme and add different elements into these bathrooms. So like if you bring your toddler or even an infant here, you can change them at the changing table, or they could use the little potty chair. So I make a little spot for that, and I just thought it was just more kid friendly. Again, this lot, I set it as a park instead of a playground because again, you have to have 6 pieces of playground equipment for it to be considered a playground. And that's big because that stuff is gonna take up a lot of room. So I wanted to make sure this was a kid-focused place. So I put down the lot trait of child's play so that more kids would come to this park and it would be more of that playground kind of vibe. But anyways, moving into these bathrooms and just decorating it out, I decided to build the stalls myself because the other stalls, they were just too big and bulky, and it didn't really mesh in with these half round walls the way I wanted to. But I thought the bathrooms looked really great at the end, and everyone could use them. There is no like spots where the Sims are waving their hands over their head. It's completely accessible. And before I get done with this entire build, what I decided to do is outside the bathroom, still to kind of make it feel more like a park, I put down a little bit of lights, but I also put down some vending machines and a garbage can for recycling. You know, we got a really colorful garbage can from Snowy Escape, and a lot of really all of the festivals from Snowy Escape, they're very family friendly. They've got a lot of activities for kids. So it just kind of made sense to use all of these like family friendly packs that just go well with a build like this. Now, the bathrooms aren't extremely different from each other at all. I basically just use the copy tool and drag everything over to the boys' side of the bathrooms, and I just kind of change up the color scheme to blue to, you know, kind of match the vibes. However, anyone can use these bathrooms. I didn't like use the special male-female bathroom door, but I really liked using these colors because I hardly ever do, unless I'm using a loud build, which is very rare. I hardly ever use these swatches. So it was nice, it was fun. It made me really want to keep playing in this type of park. When I did the play test, it was just so neat. It took no time for a ton of Sims to show up at this park, and the kids were playing with the equipment. They could all access it, and it was just a really fun build, and I can't wait for the new pack to play around a little bit with the playground tools, like the real playground tools that you can, you know, go crazy with. So I'm super excited. I just wanted to do like a simple build for you guys so that, you know, maybe y'all can download it or maybe get inspired to mess around and play with the new features, especially the new lot features, even though I didn't really get to use it with this build. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for some screenshots and a little tour of the playground. But until next time, guys, have a good one.